Hey guys, I'm just making a quick video on how to export out a JPEG of your project because I want a JPEG file and the PSD file. So I have a student's work open here. It's a PSD file. So to get the PSD file, you just do a file save as. If you're already working on your project, you already have the PSD file. That's the native file out of Photoshop. It's a Photoshop format file, and the file extension is .psd. But when you save it out, the format dropdown will be Photoshop. So I guess I can just show you what that looks like. File, I can't, nope, I'm in the wrong thing here. File, save as. I'm just going to put this on my downloads. So he did name this right. He has his first name, Photoshop. Kind of spelled that wrong. That's fine though. Self-portrait. You put project in there. You don't necessarily need the project, just to shorten it up a little bit. But he's using camel case, which is perfect. .psd. So this is the format area. This is the Photoshop. You can't get a JPEG down here if you do this. So I'll show you how to get the JPEG. But this is how you get the PSD file. The PSD file is, a format of Photoshop, and the PSD is the file extension on your file name that you get. So if we push save, that's how you would get your PSD file. The thing about the PSD file that's nice is that it has all of your layers in it. It's totally editable. It's the native working file out of Photoshop. And then if I want to make a JPEG with this, I can do a file, save a copy. I'm going to put it in the same place. Obviously, you would put this in your documents, in your Graphic Design 231, in your self-portrait folder. So you would have this organized in your documents with a class folder, and inside the class folder would be your project folder. And then you would put this inside of there. I'm just putting it in my downloads, but so I can get rid of this copy at the end, and I can change the format right here. I'll make it a JPEG. So that's how we get our JPEG. We can push save. Now this is an important area. We want to have this area, the JPEG options that shows up. I'm going to take a screenshot of this too. But this that shows up, make sure you take the slider and you bring it all the way up to maximum. You don't need to do anything with matte or any of this other stuff. And then just push OK. So that will give you a high resolution JPEG out of Photoshop if you make sure to turn it up all the way, the slider. And that's basically the process for getting the PSD and the JPEG file.